And we have returned. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. It is Free-for-All-Friday. We'll talk about almost anything you want to talk about at 877-895-5410. If you're fired up, give us a call. 877-895-5410. We're going to go to Tim in Iowa. Tim, are you fired up?
Oh, I'm always fired up.
It's been a while. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. This Kavanaugh thing, I want to make clear I support Kavanaugh.
Okay.
But this Kavanaugh thing is a good example of what we got going for oligarchy in this country right now.
You're right.
Think about this. The people all involved in this knew each other in high school. Pretty much all of them belong to the same country club. And they're all in some kind of important institutional job that many of them probably their parents were involved in before that.
They be the
smart
smart ones.
That's American or not.
They be the smart ones, There's a little bit of nepotism going on, huh?
Well, sure, yeah, and that's something I think we have to get to the point now. And of course, I'm very fortunate. My Congressman Rod Blum isn't a swamp creature. He's a good guy.
Good.
But I think we got to get to the point. Is Lisa Murkowski, and Daniel's right about his issues and everything too. But is Lisa Murkowski, is she the Republican or is she the rhino or am I the rhino? And it seems to me Murkowski has a lot of power. I mean, she's holding her father's seat.
Oh.
Well, it really wasn't her. See, I even used the term. We get locked into this. That's not the Murkowski seat. That's the people of Alaska's seat. And I even get stuff.
Neil from Missouri. Neil.
We're in the middle of the game right now. We don't want the Democrats to take over the House and the Senate. We know that because Murkowski's going to listen to me better than a liberal Democrat ever will.
But Collins now. I want to talk about Collins a little bit. I was looking for my article here.
Yeah.
I was going through my papers. I couldn't find it. I know I've got it right here in front of me. She's waiting till 3 o'clock today, and then she's going to announce her decision. This is so staged. It's so theatrical, and it's like they have this puffed up feeling of importance. They're holding out, these last people. And what are they asking for their state or their purse? What are they asking for before they make this decision?
Yeah, exactly.
It infuriates me. And when I saw that this morning, I just wanted to shake her. It's like, what are you waiting for till 3 o'clock? What is the big deal? No evidence against this man. All kinds of evidence that she lied or misrepresented. And what is the problem? What is the problem? Because the president, I had to laugh about all of them at this rally. I said, they're upset with the president because he mocked. They said he mocked Mrs. Ford, Dr. Ford. I said, no, he was telling it like it was. They ask her a question. She says, I don't remember. They ask her another one. I don't remember. Another one. I don't remember. But I remember I only had one beer. Well, she might have had a pretty strong beer if she couldn't remember anything else. But she can remember one thing. It was Brett and this other man. I can't remember his name. Judge, I think is his last name. But were they not listening, Tim, to the crowd when he was saying this?
Yeah.
Those are the people they represent. Are they not listening to America? We're tired of this circus. Somebody got on to me about the circus.
The thing. We already know 20% of that crowd there, maybe 25% of it, were Democrats.
Oh, in the rally with...
They all know the numbers on this. 20 to 25% of that crowd were Democrats.
In the rally with President Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not hear that.
They are our friends and neighbors.
You bet.
The people we go to church with.
You bet.
That have the same values as we do. And they're not Bernie Sanders people. See, the Democrats, here's the thing people aren't talking about with Dianne Feinstein. There basically is no Republican running against her. She's in a general election race with another Democrat for her seat out there. And the Republican state, the Democratic State Central Committee endorsed her opponent because they're all run by, it's all the Bernie Sanders crowd running that out there. And So their grassroots, basically, outside of D.C., the grassroots, and Daniel's point is right to say that Murkowski is a rhino, because the grassroots out here in Republican country are people like us. And in Democrat, all my Democrats around here, here in Iowa, the Sanders people stick out like a sore thumb. They're not. They're just not us. You know, although they might be lifetime residents and everything, but it's like, who are you? You know, they're not people I go to church with or people I hang out with, and
are they productive? You know, are they productive?
Universally, we vote for the candidate, not the party out here in rural America.
Well, and I think that's why we're deplorables, because we're really the ones that are deplorable. We're not in that crowd that you described earlier that Kavanaugh and all these people have run with. We're not in that crowd. We're the ones out here turning the dirt over. We're the ones out here working. Going to work day in and day out, and sometimes on weekends. We're the ones that are doing all the work, and they're getting filthy rich. And it's time the American people quit being defensive and start pushing back. Don't, in fact, push first. You know, they're talking about, and I know it's all talk, but they're talking about Feinstein. They're going to do an investigation about this leaking of that letter. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so we could just spend all this time and money on investigations. It had to have come from the Democrat side, regardless of who it was, whether it was in hers or somebody else's office. It came from that office. It had to have come from the Democrat side. They're the ones who were holding it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's it's not like it's some big secret. Although that might have been why they let this guy be exposed and get fired. That did go in and steal a bunch of things. Maybe he's going to be their fall man.
The other reason this drug out so much, there's two reasons why this really, really drug out a lot. You look at Manafort. Manafort's partner is still in business. Yeah. And both of those guys have worked for both parties in their career. Mm-hmm. I'm out of the game now, and I can tell you I never, ever worked for a Democrat. Never. I mean, I've turned down some money not to work for a Democrat. You know, a Democrat would have paid me. You know, those two, him and his partner have worked for Democrats. There's a lot of them going on. Both sides in this argument made a ton of money. And I think the world of Ed Rollins, I think he's a straight, legitimate guy. The other night he admitted, he said, you know, I had a guy today write me a check for $1 million. And he says, I know 20 other guys will write the same check to get Kavanaugh in there. Wow. You know, and the other side see, and this is what Feinstein's up against. Feinstein had to do something to try and win this election out there because the Sanders people were leaving her. Oh. And this was her play, and we played all along with it. Now, the upside to that is
be quick. We're about out of time.
They have been so radical because they have been so stupid, and they're not Democrats that I live beside.
Yeah.
Doing all this harassment and everything, we're going to have a huge win in November.
Now, real quick, we're going to go into break. I want a yes or no. I think that the Democrats I think the Republicans will take or keep the Senate. What do you think about the House?
Oh, the House is a lock. The House is fine.
You think so?
The worry, yeah, the House is fine. Yeah.
Well, I think Claire McCaskill's done here in the state of Missouri. And if I have anything to do with it, she will be done.
Iowa Corn Growers just endorsed Blum up here for us.
Okay.
In our district, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa is the largest grain handling facility in the world, and that's in Rod Blum.
I'm gonna have to let you go. We're going into the commercial break. Thank you, Tim. You have a great weekend. We'll get to Neil from Missouri when we come back. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. It's Free-for-All-Friday. We're getting fired up. 877-895-5410, and we will be right back.